it's Jay. Oh, that was cool. Hey, it's Jay. Is that my new thing? Oh my God. Alicia's going to hate that. Okay. You know who's really going to hate that? Jeff. Hey, it's Jay. He's like, you're so lame. Okay. Hi. All right, you guys. The other day, I was feeling sick. Remember that time I almost died because I was so sick? Hilarious. Last month. Okay, so I had a moment where I realized that I no longer question consistency. I no longer question showing up. I no longer question keep going. And why I want to talk about that is because I hope this is going to be a good pep talk for you. I think that you might be listening to this at a moment where you don't see the value behind your next step. Legit, just one tiny step towards continuing. The all or nothing mentality is really like a millennials. Is that a thing? I hate that Alicia's not here, so I can't ask her. Sometimes I say things and she's like, I don't think that's what you want to say. So if ever I say something and you're like, wow, that was either rude or not the right word, it's because I'm French, you guys, and sometimes it's not pretty. Most of the times it's pretty charming. Okay, keep going. I see the value in keep going right now. But yeah, I was having a moment where I was sick and I pushed myself too much. So this might actually not be a good example because maybe I should have listened a bit more to like my health and realizing that I was actually really sick. But I do see the value and I truly trust in the value of keep going. I no longer question the impact that consistency can have in my life. Not even just weight loss, not even just maintenance, it's if you just show up. Can we just say it louder for the people in the back? Just show up. And you know what? They even like this is like all across the board. Like they say that for everything, even like business things, you guys. Like there's no secret. There's no secret to your business booming or your business growing other than keep showing up all the time, no matter what. Doesn't matter if no one's listening. Doesn't matter if no one cares. You keep showing up. And this is how you build your life. I swear to you. So the thing is when it comes to your journey with weight loss, maintenance, whatever, often by not showing up, you care less because you're not showing up for your own self. So you're like, man, no one knows that you're not showing up. Right? That's the difference. If you told someone that you're going to show up and you're going to go live at 8 p.m., there might be someone watching. So you're going to show up. But here, when it comes to us as adults and working on who we are and working on ourselves, it's you showing up for you. So if you don't show up, you don't really get any consequences. Oh, you do, but there's no one to like, I don't want to say punish you. That's a big word, but there's no one to like say like, hey, you said you were going to show up. But you know what? You should be the one that says, hey, you were going to show up. Remember that podcast about me being my own hype girl? Well, my own best friend would be like, oh, you had said that you were going to show up and you didn't show up for me. And so being able to create that mindset where you are your own hype girl, that you are your own best friend, step one. Then after that, you can really start showing up for yourself and be accountable to yourself. Stop thinking you need other humans all the time to tell you that you didn't show up and that they're hurt. Like that's not how this works, you guys. Okay. So the fact that I now see the value behind consistency helps me be consistent. I don't have to like talk myself into believing into consistency anymore. But at the beginning, oh my goodness, don't you find that at the beginning you have to like have a reason why and you're like, does this really even matter? You know that like mindset where you're like, does this walk even matter? And so often that comes from all or nothing mentality. And I mean, is there anything more than weight loss where we have an all or nothing mentality? Like it's either I don't eat pizza or I eat 4 pieces and then I eat Oreos and then I talk shit about myself and then I don't go on the treadmill because who cares, right? And I want you to know, this is your pep talk, that everything matters. Everything is worth the little extra whatever. And I think that sometimes we're like, oh, I need to do this like epic workout or else it doesn't matter. And that's BS. That's you convincing yourself. Okay. So going for a 20-minute walk seems like it's not enough, but it is. Is it enough for you to lose 50 pounds by tomorrow? Absolutely not. Is it enough maybe to do the high level performance that you are hoping that you're going to get by whatever? Probably not. Is it enough for consistency? Absolutely. Is it enough for you to start building habits around you showing up in different ways, in different forms, in different circumstances? Yes. And that is what you're trying to do. You're trying to prove to yourself that you can show up in different circumstances. That is what consistency is. Now, consistency is not always. So let's not confuse the two. You do not always need to do exercise every day. You have to be consistent with it. But the thing is we think we have to be consistent with a certain workout. No, you just have to be consistent in showing up. You do not always have to show up for performance. You just show up for the consistency. And I'm telling you that it's going to be enough. I mean, even if I give you the example of showing up for sex, it's not always going to be your best performance. Sometimes you just show up for the consistency of it, so that consistency is going to pay off at the end of the day. If you only show up when you really want to perform, I don't know what to tell you. But you get what I mean? I think that consistency is key to a happy marriage. And it's not performance. Oh, well, that was good. I think everyone would kind of agree that in the bedroom, it's consistency that matters, not performance. Or if you have both, well, kudos to you. Good for you, everyone. But you get what I mean. I mean, not every time is magical and amazing. But I do think that when you do it, oh, wow, we're right into it. Okay. I'm continuing in this path here because I'm stuck and I feel like there's value in keep going. When you're into it, and maybe it wasn't the best ever, but you feel there's good things that come out of it. Doesn't it? Right? I know there is. Whether it's a little bit more of we feel more connected, or it feels like we've taken some time for the couple that we want to be. Like, guys, should I be a couples counselor? I mean, sometimes I think about what I could do about my passion of love. I'm like, what could be my next business venture? Like, I love love. I love when people fall in love. I love when people fight for love. I love when people love their spouse. You know what I mean? That I love. I love that. And it's not just it's not magical though, but I love when people really try. You know what I mean? Because we live in a world where it's really hard to stay happily married. The odds are against you, and you really have to be that gym and work on it. Okay, wow. I'm so sorry. I started with, what was the title? I'll keep going. Perfect. Okay. So hopefully after this podcast, you see the value in consistency. You see the value in showing up only for the consistency. And when I was sick or when I'm feeling meh, which happens, you guys, when I feel meh and not motivated. You know, when people say, how do you stay motivated? I'm like, I don't. No one stays motivated. But the thing is when we don't feel like we want to perform, we show up for consistency. And maybe the workout or the meal plan or the meal itself or the week or the meeting or whatever isn't really our best work, but we're showing up for consistency. Oh, I have another example. When I started Your Weight Loss, when I showed up every Saturday morning, it's like performance, right? Well, not every Saturday was perfect. Not every Saturday did I want to go to the location. Some Saturdays I wasn't motivated. I didn't feel like my motivation was showing in my speech, in my meeting, but I showed up for the consistency. And that's all the members wanted. See how great that example was? I remember in 2014 when I gave birth to Dia, it was the longest 6 months ever at the location. I was heavier. I was not happy in my body. I was tired. I was exhausted, and I was just learning. I'm a 28-year-old with a newborn. I don't know what I'm doing. And I am not really enjoying the journey of motherhood with a newborn. That's just not my thing. I definitely love being a mom when they are older. This is more my like jam, like talking and laughing and making them laugh. When they're a baby and I don't know what they're saying to me and they look like a potato, it is not my favorite stage. And so I didn't know this, right? You only know yourself. I knew I expected it with Noah, that I was not going to like the first year, and I knew it and I was going to get through it. But with Dia, I didn't know that that was the type of mom I was going to be, that I was not going to enjoy being at home and just watching her and not knowing what she wanted. It was just like not my forte, not my strength. Anyways, so I was definitely postpartum issues there. And so I needed to show up at the location still. Like I have a business to run. And most Saturdays, the performance was probably not high, but I showed up every single week. And that's why I am here today, 7 years later. If I would have been like, can't show up because I can't be perfect and I'm not motivated, I almost closed Your Way Weight Loss in 2014. And my dad told me, just show up. Just show up. Do your best and show up. Okay, so I'm going to end with that. And obviously, that was some really good advice. Okay. All right, everyone. Have a great weekend. Happy Friday. As always, join us, yourwayRsupport.com. We are waiting for you.